Number 10. White House in Washington, D.C. The White House in Washington, D.C. is the official residence and office of the President of the United States. It was built between 1792 and 1800 and first used by President John Adams. After the 9/11 attacks, it has become more difficult to visit the White House, and today tours are available only for groups of 10 or more, and must be requested up to 6 months in advance through your member of Congress or your country's U.S. ambassador. Number 9. Denali National Park. The Denali National Park and Preserve is located in interior Alaska and contains Mount McKinley, the highest mountain in North America. The word Denali means the high one in the native Athabascan language, and refers to Mount McKinley. In addition, the park protects an incredible wilderness area that contains grizzly bears, caribou, moose, wolves, and numerous other creatures. Number 8. Las Vegas Strip, the gambling mecca of the world. Las Vegas is situated in the midst of the southern Nevada desert landscape. Casinos can be found throughout Las Vegas, but the Strip, a stretch of Las Vegas Boulevard South, contains the most of them. It features giant mega casino hotels, decorated with lavish care and attention to detail to create a fantasy-like atmosphere. The casinos often have names and themes that evoke romance, mystery, and faraway destination. Number 7. Florida Keys. The Florida Keys are a 120-mile-long chain of tropical islands curving around the base of the Florida Peninsula, connected to the mainland by a series of bridges. The most spectacular bridge, the 7-Mile Bridge in the Lower Keys, has been frequently used as a location for films including True Lies and Fast 2 Furious. U.S. Highway 1, the overseas highway, runs from Key Largo, Islamorada, Marathon, Lower Keys and finally to Key West, the most distant and most famous island. Number 6. Kilauea. Kilauea is the most recent of a series of volcanoes that have created the Hawaiian archipelago. It is a very low, flat shield volcano, vastly different in profile from the high, sharply sloping peaks of stratovolcanoes. Kilauea is one of the most active volcanoes on the Earth, an invaluable resource for volcanologists. 33 eruptions have taken place since 1952, not including the current eruption which started on January 3, 1983 and is still ongoing. Number 5. Niagara Falls. Situated between the state of New York and the province of Ontario, Niagara Falls is one of the most spectacular natural wonders on the North American continent. Niagara Falls is actually three different falls: the American Falls, Bridal Veil Falls, and Horseshoe Falls. Horseshoe Falls is located on the Canadian side, while the other are located in New York. With more than 14 million visitors each year, it is one of the most visited tourist attractions in the world. Number 4. Golden Gate Bridge. The Golden Gate Bridge is a suspension bridge spanning the Golden Gate, the strait between San Francisco and Marin County to the north. The Golden Gate Bridge was the longest suspension bridge span in the world when it was completed in 1937, and has become an internationally recognized symbol of San Francisco and California. The famous red-orange color of the bridge was specifically chosen to make the bridge more easily visible through the thick fog that frequently shrouds the bridge. Number 3. Yellowstone. Yellowstone National Park was the world's first national park, set aside in 1872 to preserve the vast number of geysers, hot springs, and other thermal areas, as well as to protect the incredible wildlife and rugged beauty of the area. Yellowstone lies on top of a gigantic hotspot where light, hot, molten mantle rock rises towards the surface. Subsequently, the park contains half of all the world's known geothermal features, with more than 10,000 examples of geysers and hot springs. In addition, black bears, grizzly bears, deer, elk, bison, and wolves can all be found within the park borders. Manhattan. Manhattan is one of New York's 5 boroughs, and is what people most often think of when they picture New York City. Its familiar skyline and sights have been featured 1,000 times on screen. Walk in the shadow of the skyscrapers, picture the Statue of Liberty, see a Broadway show, climb the Empire State Building, stroll Central Park, window shop on Fifth Avenue, or stagger around a museum. Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is located in northern Arizona and is one of the great tourist attractions in the United States. Carved over several million years by the Colorado River, the canyon attains a depth of over 1.6 kilometers and 446 kilometers long. The Grand Canyon is not the deepest or the longest canyon in the world, but the overwhelming size and its intricate and colorful landscape offers visitors spectacular vistas that are unmatched throughout the world.